Hello mga kasimple! So today is November 1 and it's All Saints Day. So yung mga tao nag-holiday, ito po naliligo. Mas maraming tao po ang naliligo sa araw na ito. Nagpa-family bonding po sila. So habang buhay pa tayo, syempre kailangan po nating makipag-bonding sa ating mga mahal sa buhay. Kamusta naman po kung wala na sila? Di doon po tayo makipag-bonding doon sa isang lugar kung saan sila naroroon. So actually, wag po tayong matakot. Hindi naman po katatakutan itong tinatawag po nating undas. Welcome back to Simply Jane's channel. So since it's All Saints Day today, so it is a must that we talk about All Saints Day. And what is that All Saints Day? So, in Filipino and in Spanish, we call it as Todos los Santos. We call it Todos los Santos. Yes, it is called Todos los Santos. But actually, what does it mean? What does this day celebrate? It celebrates the lives of the saints, but not the big saints with an S. Of course, they are all saints and they are all holy and they are all triumphant and already in heaven, enjoying the bliss of heaven. But of course, we know that these are people who are ordinary people whose lives we do not know. These are actually our loved ones whose lives are not written in special books, but it's written in the book of life in heaven. That's it. So only God knows who are these people who have already gone to heaven. Yes. So you know your relatives, you know your aunts, uncles, grandparents, and even your own parents. You know how they lived their lives. For example, I can attest that my own parents lived holy lives. Yes. And their lives may not be written unless I write a book about their life stories. So, but anyway, there is no need to write all the stories, right? Because it's already written in the book of life. So, I for one can attest, I have witnessed how they struggled through life, how they lived a good life, how they followed the commandments, and so therefore I can attest that they must be in heaven right now. So, those are the saints we are celebrating on this particular day of November 1. If it's All Saints Day today, tomorrow it will be All Souls Day. And what does that mean? That means that we need to pray. We need to pray for those who are still in purgation, those who are still suffering in purgatory and are being purified. That's why we call that purgatory, because it's a place or a state. May not be a place like this place here, but we know for a fact that it is a state of life where they are being purified. So they may be grinding their teeth and are really suffering. It's like hell, but thanks be to God, it's not a hell that is forever. Why? Because there is deliverance once they are purgated, once they are purified, they will be ready to go to heaven and be happy with Him in heaven. That's actually one doctrine. It's not the same as with the other religions and other Christians. So we understand their side of the story. But for me as a Catholic woman, I know that it's a good thing. Why? How about if you died having sinned a little and not much? We know that of course a sin is a sin. There is no thing as no such thing. There is no such thing as big or small. We know that it is still paining God. It is hurting Him. Why? Because we have offended our beloved Creator. So He was the one who created us. And we know that God has created us and our hearts were made for Him. However, throughout our lives, we cannot but succumb to some temptations. And therefore, those temptations can bring us. So, you might say, I'm not a very, very bad person. I haven't killed someone. I tell the truth. Do not mar the names of others. So, what could it be? Once you die, can you go straight to heaven if you have little sins? No. No, surely not. We need to be purified. That's why our lives here on earth is also a journey of purification, right? So hopefully, as Saint Therese said, let me spend my purgatory here on earth so that when I reach heaven, when I die, I will be ready to face God. So that's it. No need for purgatory in the next life, but we have spent our purgatory here on earth. Can that or is that possible? Yes, it is possible. That's why we have to accept any little suffering that we have. Yes. And one thing more, one great thing about Saint Therese's teachings is this. When she said, Lord, let me spend my heaven doing good on earth. Wow, wish ko lang. No? So, we want to help other people. We want to be angels here on earth because we want to spend our heaven doing good on earth like Saint Therese did. So, in her case, we know that she suffered from tuberculosis. She was only 24 years old when she died. It was the time when there was this, it was like our pandemic. It was actually like what we have experienced during the COVID pandemic, yes. Because in their time, they had tuberculosis. And that time, TB was an incurable disease. It's not like our times right now. Why? Because now, if you get sick of TB, there are medicines which you can take for 6 months. And then you're well. Okay, you just have to sleep, rest well, eat well, and very soon you will be in good health and in perfect shape again. So sometimes though, we neglect healthcare or self-care. Hi, self-care, Sisi. So, mega love shout out to you because I remember your name since, yes, in Jamaica. During the pandemic, they were so conscious about self-care. That's right. So sometimes we don't care about ourselves at all. That is the reason why, And it's not only physical health, We have to take care of our mental health as well. And aside from mental health, of course, our spiritual health. So that's it. I may not be an expert in this, but I am just sharing with you. Don't worry, you are safe with Simply Jane. I will not be sharing anything that is against the doctrines of the church. Yes. So, yung mga sinasabi po nila, di naman ako talagang saradong Katoliko. But I'm a practicing Catholic. Yes, yes. So, okay. That's why you can trust me. I will not lead you to perdition, I suppose. So, we are all striving for perfection. We just want to live good lives. Yes. And okay, since we have already finished discussing our All Saints Day and our All Souls Day in the Philippines, we call that Undas. So, happy All Saints Day to everyone. I hope that all of us will be striving for perfection because we were made for God. And we know that our hearts are restless until our hearts will rest in God. Just like what Saint Augustine said. Yes, so forever, I love Saint Augustine, of course. That sinful man. Sinful. He was very sinful, yes. He accepts that. And that is why he is also one of my favorite saints. Yes, actually, he is my father, Saint Augustine. I consider him as my own father. Why? Because I was raised as an Augustinian. Okay? So, a little on the Carmelite side. So, Saint Therese, the spirituality of Saint Therese of Lisieux has helped me do the little way. Doing extraordinary or the little things in an extraordinary way. So, thank you so much for listening. I hope you will spend this day in a holy manner. Yes, you go and relax with your family. I hope you will never forget your departed loved ones. And for those of us who are still here on earth and we are still struggling, we call ourselves the church suffering or the church militant. We are still fighting, yes, to become good and become better persons. And that is why we can ask for the prayers of those who are already in heaven, the members of the Church Triumphant. That is the beauty of the communion of saints. Today is what we call the communion of saints, right? Because all the saints, then we ask for their prayers, they intercede for us. Their prayers are so important so that we too can reach heaven through their prayers. They intercede for us before the Father in heaven. And then we in turn should pray for those who are already in purgatory, because we need to ask the Lord for their fast deliverance so that they may also join those who are already in heaven. But for those who are in hell, we cannot do anything about that. We may be sorry about them, but we cannot do anything anymore, because as we live our lives here on earth, that is the time that we prepare, right? This is Simply Jane saying, thank you for watching. See you on the next one. God bless. Bye! Next video na po!